What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, and today we are doing something actually different, despite the fact that I say that pretty often whenever we're doing something that's not a review. We're actually doing a channel update because I haven't done one in like 3 months, and a lot of stuff has been going on behind the scenes that I want to bring you guys up to speed on. And this is part of the reason why there wasn't a video on Tuesday. This is going out the Saturday after I didn't have a video. And a lot of these changes are really exciting for me. They're going to increase the quality of the channel, and there are some meetups and some other cool stuff that I wanted to talk about. So let's hit the road, and then after we go through all this update stuff, stay tuned because I'm actually going to do a little bit of a Discord Q&A. I told them, ask me anything, and I'll go through as many of them as I possibly can, and it's just going to be a nice laid-back day today. Let's go have some fun.
So loud! Why is it so loud? It doesn't even sound that good. Okay, well, we're not here to complain about the exhaust today. So, the first and foremost, this is the most like time-pressing stuff, is I actually am going to be at a couple of different meetups here in the next month. So, if you're a MotoGP fan, you know that it's coming up here in Austin. Not this coming weekend or this weekend that it's going live, but next weekend. And that is the 14th, I believe, is Friday the 14th. There's a bunch of parties here in Austin. There's a bunch of events here in Austin. It's going to be a ton of fun. I know that Lolly's coming down. I know that Jess from Her Two Wheels is coming down. Whitney and I are going to be running around doing stuff. It's going to be a ton of fun. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to the motivation party. I would like to go to the motivation party just because I haven't hung out with those guys, and there's some really cool dudes. They've got their shop here. They're going to be opening it up, free tacos and all that stuff. I'm trying to get to that one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. Then, on top of that, the next day is MotoGP, baby. It's going to be the best event on two wheels that you're going to experience here in Austin. It is thrilling. Unfortunately, Marquez isn't going to be there. There's a whole video I could make as to whether or not sprints are healthy for the sport of motorcycle racing, but Lance Oliver actually has a really great article on it. But regardless, there's going to be a weekend of excellent motorcycle racing here, and AF1 is throwing a party on Friday night, so I'll be at that one for sure. There might be some racers there. I'm not sure if they've managed to finagle that one yet. They've got KYT Helmets is giving away some stuff. They've got Leo Vinci there. There's door prizes, beer, food, all sorts of fun stuff. Giant party over at Meanwhile Brewery on the south side of town, which is a great spot to goof around and hang out for an evening. So if you're in town for GP, definitely go to those two parties. And then if you are here for GP, you gotta check out the Revival hand-built show. It's the coolest custom motorcycle show here. I think Royal Enfield is going to be here. They've got a couple of customs. One was actually built by Revival, which is awesome. A bunch of local builders, a bunch of national builders. A lot of really cool stuff at that show, and I believe it's a 2 or 3 day show. It's basically the whole weekend. I'm definitely going to be going to that, doing some filming. So if you are at any of those events and you see me, just feel free to come up and say hi. I'm just going to be hanging out, and I love meeting people, and all the information to all these events is down below. The next big update that I wanted to talk about is merch. Oh man, I have been working on this project with my fiance for months. It has taken so long just because, you know, she's got a full-time job and I'm doing this all the time, so it's really hard to set aside the time to knock it out. But we have finally gotten the merch store into a position that we're calling it the beta launch. We're currently running that with the Discord only. They are helping me make sure that all All of the processes are done right, making sure that everything looks good. You have the best buying experience you possibly can. What we currently have on there is we've got hats, we've got they're cable knit beanies, we've got stickers, a couple of different styles, pins, we've got hoodies, t-shirts, and patches. A lot of it is just the logo, but I do also have my Screaming Seagull logo that I made a couple of years ago. It's the what I'm deeming the unofficial performance arm of the Spites Corner channel. I'm sure Harley Davidson would love to see that sticker. Oh, I'm laughing now, but maybe if the cease and desist comes, we'll have a problem. But regardless, so the merch store launch is coming. I'm working out a couple of kinks in shipping because I'm physically fulfilling some of the orders. I hold the sticker inventory myself, and I hold the pin inventory myself. This was basically just so that I could make sure that the stickers that were supposed to be 3 inches are actually 3 inches, because I sent this off to a drop shipper and they were like, yeah, your 3-inch sticker is 2 inches, and that is some criminal embellishment right there. So keep your ear to the ground on that. I'm hoping that by the middle of this month, or maybe the beginning of next, you'll actually be seeing a merch link down in the description below. But yeah, it's only right now for patrons. They're really helping me out get this thing sorted, and I really appreciate it. Last thing I want to talk about in terms of updates here is the style of content on the channel, and this one's really important. The style of content on the channel has been a little bit repetitive, I would say. A lot of reviews, and the reason why is just because when you have access to bikes, you just want to ride them all. And when I ride them, I make reviews, and every review turned into 2 videos, and then it was basically like review every week, sometimes 2 a week, and that's too much. And I did see a handful of comments being like, bro, enough with all the reviews. Okay, I totally agree. I'm not going to be stopping doing the review content, but I am going to go back to only 1 review for each particular bike. And that means that there will be no longer be first impressions. It's just going to be the day in the saddle. And those are going to be fewer and farther between. In fact, I don't even think I have one slated for April. Now, along with the change in the review stuff, you are going to be seeing more scripted stuff and more just general motorcycle content, because there's so much that I want to talk about. Not just doing reviews. Like, I'm diving into some tech stuff. I have sitting on my desk a bolt-on blind spot monitor, which I'm going to put on a motorcycle. I'm going to test it out, and then I'm going to give it away to one of the guys or gals on the Discord. Not sure when that all is going to happen, but it's coming down the line, and I really want to check it out. You're also going to notice, or maybe you won't notice, depending on how the whole process works. It might be seamless enough that you won't even notice, but I am bringing on a remote editor. So Whitney was helping me out doing 1 edit a week, and she is now doing her own stuff over at Whitney Does, which I'm so excited for. I'm so glad that she's doing this. And if you like Whitney here on this channel, you're going to love her over on her own channel. So do go check her out. That link is going to be down below too. All sorts of goofy, esoteric Whitney weirdness from every corner of the Whitney universe over on her channel. Ton of fun. Go check that out. But that means that she can't take the time to edit some of my videos, which I totally understand. So I'm bringing on a remote editor, and this is going to allow me to spend more time on individual video projects, because it's really hard for me to edit 2 videos a week. And again, you may not even notice the change here, but that is something that's going on. It should just increase the overall level of quality. My goal is to try to push something every time, make sure that we're doing something new and different and stepping things up. I don't want to just stay stagnant. I want to be giving you guys the best experience I possibly can. And that right there is going to round out the major updates that I have for you guys. The last few months have definitely been a little bit stressful, but it's all for good reasons. And everything that I've been doing now has been laying the groundwork for easier future stuff. It's going to be better. I hope that it's going to increase the content quality, and you know, I think it's just going to make for more fun videos. But that is not where this video ends. It is officially time to hop into that Ask Me Anything thing. I had all the Discord boys send me some messages, and we're going to answer as many of them as we can right now.
Now guys, before we do jump into this Q&A here, I do want to take a quick second and shout out Flying Eyes. They have been the longest sponsor of the channel. They are part of the reason why I get to do all of this goofiness. They are awesome. I love wearing these. I literally wear them every day, channeling my inner Chris Traeger. These things are great. They are super comfortable under a helmet. They're really Gumby bendy, like even these thick boy stems that are on the Kingfishers that I wear, you can still bend them almost all the way around. And I literally ran over one of these with a Harley Davidson and they did not break. I picked them up, put them back on my face, and wore them the rest of the day. If you're interested in getting a pair of the most comfortable glasses for your ride, click that link down in the description below. Use the code SPITE for 10% off your order, and a huge shout out to Flying Eyes for sponsoring this channel. Okay, let's dive in. I did ask them to ask me anything within reason, so we'll see if they manage to keep that part under control. The Discord gets a little wacky sometimes. Do you ever plan on doing any skits or non-serious videos? Yes, I am working on one right now. I have the genesis of the idea in my head. It was gonna be an April Fool's video, but yes, I am working on a skit, stupid, silly, satirical video. It's coming down the pipe, not sure when. Sir Brapsalot, who is the fairest Discord member of them all? Well, because you asked, it's you. But the next time somebody asks, it's probably gonna be them. I gotta at least pander to somebody, right? Control Out Owned, do you have any channel plans that you can share that you are super excited about? So I have this video idea that I've been working on with the guys at AF1. We've sort of tabled it because the GP window moved in, but it's this idea of taking a Ural and parking it out in the woods and then having me assemble it out in the woods while I'm camping with it, filming that. That is my moonshot idea for this year. If I can nail that, that is gonna be my favorite video we put together all year long. Burger, has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do like more like? Somebody send an ambulance over to Burger's house. I think he smells toast. Quips and Guac, this is a good question. After, if you saw the podcast that went live a couple days ago, we were talking dream bikes, and he's asking, what is the mythical dream bike? Like if I could put one bike together, what would it be? Honestly, it is whatever the Bronx is. I really want to see Harley take that V-twin, that RevMax V-twin, and do something in the 90 horsepower. Literally, if you just take the 975 out of the Nightster and just put it into a sport bike, I think it would hit really, really, really hard. That's my mythical dream bike right there, and I just hope they have the bravery to do it. And then we've got from Pat Zilla here, if you were handed a blank check to buy your dream bike, what would it be? It's the MT-01. Like I said in the podcast, the MT-01 is my dream bike. If I could land that, just because of how weird and bizarre it is, but I also would be tempted to go buy a Pan America because that would be like the perfect little it's 530 pounds, 1250 cc's. That would be the perfect touring bike for me. The MT-01 is just it's such a weird aberration in motorcycling history that I really want it, and it's not available in the States, so I'd have to import it. So a blank check would be good there. Okay, so Resident Maverick got a couple of silly questions here, but the main question is, would you recommend a Hammer 1275 kit if properly broken in, referencing the interesting situation that happened with the Hammer I built in the past? The answer to that question is yes, I would recommend the hammer kit. It is so unbelievable how just nasty and angry and weird a Sportster feels with that much power. The motor is completely different. The character is completely different. It sounds different. It's so cool. It is expensive, but if you're thinking about doing a build, I really think the hammer is great. And Hammer Dan has great tutorials on how to build it. Expecto Delito asking, with all the changes you've had over the past year, what has been the most positive, the most surprising or unexpected? The hardest or most challenging, something you would have done differently or will in the future? So, one thing I would do differently is I would be a lot more thorough about the expenses for the channel. But the most positive change, honestly, has been, lately I've been more okay with a video not doing great. For those of you who know, if you look at YouTube, it will, every time you release a video, it'll say 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. It'll rank it based on your last uploads. I used to agonize every single time about a video not being 1 out of 10. It's not possible to make every single video hit harder than the last one. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care. 20,000 people watched it and they liked it. That's all that matters to me. If you guys are watching the videos and you're enjoying them, I don't give a where it lands in the YouTube 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10 ranking system. YouTube can eat a dick as far as I'm concerned. As long as you guys are enjoying the content, that's all that matters. Shoebill Stonk, any chance of CF Moto reviews in the near future? I really want to try those out because CF Moto bikes are aggressively priced. They've got some really cool looks and they've got some cool technology. The only problem is it's hard for me to get my hands on them. I got to reach out to dealerships like way out in the hills. They're not actually selling them here in Austin. Dasco, after your recent trip, are you inclined in any way to change your motorcycle fleet? If so, what moves are you thinking? I 100%, if I'm gonna be riding a motorcycle places, need a touring capable bike. Not that this isn't. I did 2,500 miles on this thing. If I was gonna do it, honestly, I would just pull a Shade Tree Surgeon and get a cheap Goldwing. Your Goose God, I wanna start working on my own bike. What are the best / most cost-effective / most useful tools, as I slur my way through that sentence, that I should get? I have a ZX6R. First thing, you should get yourself a nice, in like a compact case toolkit. Basically something that has 3 different sizes of ratchets. I think Craftsman sells a kit at Lowe's for like 150 bucks or something like that. It's the perfect starter mechanics toolkit, and it's got most of the pieces that you're gonna need. The next thing you're gonna want is you're going to want a torque wrench. I would get one that is inch pound, like that goes up to 120 inch pounds. Then I would get a 3/8, one that goes up to like maybe 100 foot pounds or something like that. Last thing I would recommend, there is for $100 a cordless auto ratcheting wrench. It's from Chemo. I bought one. It comes with 2 batteries. It's a really cool piece of kit, and I used it from when I was taking all the bolts out of the truck, the van, when I was working on the top end. My buddy basically chided me into buying one. Minky, how do you survive the Texas heat on a motorcycle? You don't, you just deal with it. It's like trying to survive the cold. You're only gonna last so long. Ride Red asks, what is a dream channel collaboration you have and any collaborations in the works? Okay, so a dream collaboration that I would have, I don't know if I would actually be on camera for any of it, but if I could actually be there when Zach and Ari are filming something, or when Ryan from Fortnite is filming something, I would love to just be a fly on the wall. The amount that I think I could learn just from being around those guys is, it's next level. I really just want to see what their process is. And then in terms of like actually being in videos and collaborations coming up, I'm not sure how much I can say about it right now, but I'm really trying to work with Shade Tree Surgeon I'm trying to get down to Tampa again in the next like month or two. This one's kind of interesting here, and one that I think I can illuminate a little bit on. JC, bike sweepstakes. I imagine some kill while others lose money both before and after expenses and overhead. Have you seen both the results? How do the economics work? So when you're giving away a motorcycle, the main thing that you need to do is making sure that you're making more money on the bike than you put into it. So let's say, for example, you buy a bike for $5,000. You need to budget the time to make sure that you're running the giveaway for long enough that the sales that you have on raffle tickets or merch or whatever is going to be greater than $5,000. And then usually the way it works is the person who's giving it away is going to set a time limit, and you can either buy raffle tickets. You can just be like, all right, I'm gonna support the series and every dollar is an entry to win, okay? Then you just need 5,000 entries to cover the base of the price of the bike and a couple more. Most of them are successful. They wouldn't do it if they're not. But you do reach a point where the bike that you're giving away is so expensive that the amount of upselling you have to do is not worth the price. I think that ends up being right around about $17,000 or $18,000 on the price of the bike you're giving away, depending on the size of your audience. If I was gonna do it, I'd probably need to start with a motorcycle that costs like $3,000. Full Metal Corgi. What's more likely, Harley making an inline 4 or Suzuki making something interesting? Oh God, dude. Pass. Neither of those is gonna happen. Suzuki is not gonna make anything interesting. They tried and then they stopped because the Stratosphere and the Gen 3 Busa did not land. They tried to launch the Stratosphere, which is this inline 6 bike. It was gonna hit around 2008, right at the market crash, and I guarantee you they actually were ready. They had final production models. They just got decommissioned, put into like, you know, either a warehouse somewhere or broken down and used for other parts. It's really sad though. I would love to see an inline 6 from Suzuki. Illbald, the riding season is beginning. Some safety tips and hints for new riders. I'm actually working on a whole video about that. But basically the biggest thing that I can say right now is practice, 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 practice. The more you practice on your motorcycle and the more you treat it less like transportation and more of a skill that you need to hone, the better you're gonna be. Johnny Mish, safety hints for experienced riders. Slow down. So many crashes are caused by experienced riders thinking they're faster than they are. Slow down, you'll be safer. Chemical, this is a good one. What do I always carry with me when I ride? I always carry tire inflator, I always carry a camera, I always carry my multi-tool, I always carry this. Reason I wear this, it's not because it's a wallet chain, it's because I keep all my keys on it. I went off-roading one time and I lost my apartment keys, and it was only by the grace of God that I did not lose my key fob for my car. That would have been a disaster. So now I keep these all tethered to me. And with that, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's probably lingered a little bit at this point, but hopefully you enjoyed it. This was just a nice laid back goof around session. And I am really excited about the direction of the channel. I think that this summer is going to be very, very good. There's gonna be so much fun stuff to do, and I'm hoping that the content that I create is A, it's enjoyable for you guys to watch, and B, it's worth your guys' time, and for the folks over on Patreon, for your guys' support. I really appreciate all of you guys watching and supporting the channel, and I could not do it without you guys. So a huge shout out from me to you, and with that, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go edit this video up and keep on keeping on. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.